Hey everyone, it's Holly and I'm here with another Top 5 Wednesday video. I just tried to film this without my memory card in my camera. Guess how that worked out? Not well at all. But it's in there now and I'm all set and ready to go. So this is a Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday is a Goodreads group. It was created by Ginger Reads Lainey, and I will leave a link to the Goodreads group down in the description box below in case you want to check it out. And this week's topic is your favorite required reading. And honestly, I did not enjoy like any of the books I had to read in high school. I was not a fan. So actually all of these are books I had to read for college, which still was kind of hit and miss for me, but for the most part the books I had to read in my English classes, which I was an English major, I did enjoy. Although one of these books I did read in high school as part of my summer reading. I have 3 of them here in my apartment that I own, and then 2 I don't have copies of. One I own it, but it's in like storage somewhere, I think. So I'm going to do those first. So the first one, what I read it as was Someone Knows My Name, but I know it's called The Book of Negroes, at least in Canada. I don't know if they only changed it for the US release or what. And it's by Lawrence Hill, and my voice sounds funny. Is that better? I don't know, maybe I should like, my tea is so far away. Okay, now Tink can sit back there in case I have any more weird voice things. So I had to read this for my Canadian literature class, or Canadian fiction, and I actually enjoyed a lot of the books I read there, but this one was definitely my favorite. It's fiction, but it feels very real, and I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. I know Haley from Hill Hearts NYC, she read it fairly recently and enjoyed it. I think the other one is actually a play, and that's The Importance of Being Earnest. I don't remember what I had to read this for. I remember who the teacher was, but the professor, but I don't remember what the class was, because I took like 4 classes from her. She was my advisor and she was amazing. But I don't quite remember what it was for. But I had seen the movie before with Reese Witherspoon. I just found this play amazing. Like, I think it's hilarious. It makes me want to read other Oscar Wilde stuff. Actually, 2 of these I have talked about before in a book memories video. So I've talked about both of these in a book memories school books edition that I've talked about before. So the first is 1776 by David McCullough. This is another thing, I really do want to check out other books by him. I just don't ever do it for some reason. This is nonfiction. It's kind of like a history of the American Revolution, and I found it very enjoyable, very easy to read. The class was called The American Revolution, and I was 1 class away from a history major, which I sort of regret not fulfilling that requirement, but that's fine now. So I'm a huge history person, but American history has never been my favorite. But this book really intrigued me. I like his writing style. It's very easy to understand, and it kind of reads like fiction in a way. It's very enjoyable. And then the other one is Under a Cruel Star by Hedda Margolius Cavalli, and this is like a memoir about this woman and her life in Prague during World War II and the years afterwards. And it's I'm pretty sure she is Jewish, or she's not Jewish, but like Czechoslovakia still suffers under like Stalin with all of that. And this was a very emotional read for me, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed her story. I love true stories. I think this was 20th century Europe was the history class I was taking this for. And then the last one is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. So like I said, this is the one that I read as a summer reading book in high school, and then I talked about this in a book memories video. I think it was my first one. My mother read this to me as a kid, and then I had to read it again in college my senior year. I took an English class all on Tolkien, and we had to read this, the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy, and parts of the Silmarillion. Is that how you say that? And The Hobbit is definitely my favorite Tolkien. We had to read some other stuff by him too, but this one's definitely my favorite. I really enjoy it. I want to read it to my kids when I have them in the future. I just think it's an amazing story, and I really do want to reread this. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.